In the heart of the biggest slum within Kenya, where opportunities are scarce, lives a young girl with dreams bigger than the horizon. This is the story of Rebecca, a child who rose above adversity to achieve international acclaim. At first glance, Rebecca may seem shy and reserved, but this 17-year-old is anything but ordinary.
Kwa majina naitwa Rebecca Dato. Nasoma Dagoretti Mixed. Nacheza futa. Juzi nimetoka World Cup under 17. Nilianza kucheza ball nikiwa class 3. Nilikuwa nacheza tu hizi ball za karatasi na maboy hivi. Nilipofika class 6 nikaanza kucheza games za primary. Nilikuwa nafika hadi nationals nikichaguliwa.
Coming from a background filled with challenges and poverty, Rebecca has turned her dreams into reality. She played midfielder for the Kenya Under-17 national football team, where she made history by representing Kenya in its first FIFA World Cup last year.
Ukilinganisha na sisi when tulienda Dominican, hatukuwa na hiyo confidence na hatukuwa na hiyo exposure.
She credits her involvement in the Sports for Peace and Development program spearheaded by MIDRIFT Human Rights Network and Amani Kibera and sponsored by Game NGO for this transformation.
At least wakikam kutufundisha hizi skills na hizi activities zitatumake tukuwe na hiyo confidence na tukuwe na believe.
Many young people would love to contribute their efforts to peace building, to development initiatives within our community, but they rarely get these opportunities. So the Sports for Peace and Development Initiative is basically giving these young people an opportunity to serve their community.
From the lakeside city of Kisumu, another young girl speaks of the program's positive impact in fostering confidence and offering opportunities for youth and children from undeserved backgrounds. She too is finding her niche in sports, and she exudes unwavering optimism.
In Kisumu, we are known for football, and we like that. And beside football, we have netball. They have nurtured us through our ways. And what I can say is they've taken us through a way that we never thought there would be, because in Kisumu, the highest point of distraction is drugs. And if we are included in such organizations and such activities, we are held up to that extent that we don't think about being idle or branching into drugs.
Kisumu and Kibera are among areas in Kenya that have experienced political hostilities that had led to chaos.
What sort of education are we giving our young people? Are we preparing these young people for the job market? What skills do they have after college? So we need to look deeply about issues of internship, issues of mentorship, issues of vocational training, so that they are skilled for the market. That is something that we deeply as a nation need to reflect and look upon.
Other than undermining the social fabric, the hostilities resulted in devastating effects on the social-economic livelihood of individuals and communities in the area. Such is the story of Brian Okoth, who hails from Kibera slums in Nairobi County.
Before joining Amani Kibera, I was actually a drug user and a boy who was into crime.
This hospitality and catering graduate embodies resilience. He is now a volunteer coach under the Sports for Peace and Development Initiative.
I'm Brian Okoth from Kibera, Nairobi, a graduate from Kibera Polytechnic. Actually, I graduated from catering and hospitality. I'm currently a volunteer at Amani Kibera.
Not only has he embraced a more productive lifestyle, he has also gained mentorship that empowered him to launch a small grocery business.
I was not only just a playmaker in the project, but I also had an opportunity to be a staff during the coaches training. And from that coaches training, I got a large amount of stipend from MIDRIFT, and that money actually changed my life From today, my life has been changed. I'm actually running a grocery business. I'm selling vegetables, onions, and some coriander, garlic. And from that business, actually, I'm able to support my family. My mom is back at rural home, and she's depending on me like the last-born son that he can see that can provide for her.
In Kibera, Mani Kibera is working with 3 different game zones within the community. And all the 3 game zones in Mukude, at the SDG Stadium, at Olympic, and also in Gachina have been identified because of the unique nature of the challenges that they are facing today. Most of them have a lot of challenges with sexual gender-based violence. There's a lot of young people engaging in crime, young people in drugs and substance abuse. And also we are working in a community where there's political radicalization amongst young people. So all these unique challenges that the community is facing, we are actually working with young people to try and reverse the change.
We can say that the project has really contributed to peaceful coexistence at the community level by embracing youth-led engagements, be it civic engagement, be it sports activities, violence prevention dialogues. And this is only because the playmakers, who are the role models, have been able to meaningfully engage with community members, opinion leaders, government stakeholders, and duty bearers.
Derek Guchu from Nakuru shares a similar story of growth, having been mentored by MIDRIFT Human Rights Network through the same initiative.
Kama hiyo skill I use on a daily basis, communication. Nikikuja hapa I was so shy, but through easy like the forums inakuwa tunaenda, unachaguliwa, you speak up, nika learn to gather courage, tukafunzwa on how effective you communicate effectively, because we were dealing with young kids. Now communication is key. Actually, I'll say communication is the #1 skill that I use on a daily basis, and it's thanks to the game project and MIDRIFT.
These tales of resilience, commitment, and mentorship go a long way to show the impact and how sports activities have inspired peace and development.
I believe with time and the partnership with MIDRIFT HURINET, we are going to change Kisumu, and I believe Kenya in general, to become good citizens, find young boys and girls who are empowered, and people who can put food on the table.
The Sports for Peace and Development project is dedicated to fostering harmony among communities affected by conflict, whether inter-ethnic, intra-ethnic, and other forms of discord. Implemented in Nairobi, Kisumu, and Nakuru, the project builds on the achievements of the Building Peace and Friendships through Youth-Led Sports Pilot Project launched in 2022 in Nakuru.
So we use sports to bring peace and unity in the community. We thank our game zone managers and TOTs, because I talk as a playmaker and as a player, a learner. So I thank them for bringing us and giving us the courage to be in such game zones and such activities in the community.
I'm a student at Kabarak University, and I've seen myself sit in panels that I will not have sat in. It led me to, or pushed me to, join a club in school called ALF. It is the African Youth Leadership Forum that sees us go sit in groups where we can talk about the country, things that are happening around us, influencing us. We also have coffee talks where we call other people from the community as well, from the school.
The overall vision of GAME is to create equal opportunities for all children and youth. And I know it's not very original, but that's exactly what we also do here in Kenya, as long with all the other countries where we're active. And the way we do it is by creating lasting social change through youth-led street sports and culture. So what we do is we take in young people, we meet them on the playgrounds, in the communities, and we build them up as role model. And then they go out into the communities and put on activities with sports, but also with a lot of other things that are important for the community.
Through support from the Danish government, MIDRIFT, in partnership with the Game NGO and ACT, we have been able, for example, through the partnership, we have been able to scale up the knowledge and experience working with the youths in Kisumu and in Nairobi. And also we have been able to deepen the work that we have been doing with the young people here in Nakuru. And we can see the results that, for example, where we work, the crime rate has reduced. And also now we have been able to create trust and relationships between the youth and the state officials.
Kenya is experiencing a time when the tech-savvy and socially conscious Generation Zs are defying the current regime's policies and practices that disproportionately affect them. As this vibrant protest movement, mobilized online, is taking on Kenya's political elite, the project continues to nurture young leaders and community social advocates capable of engaging with duty bearers to influence sustainable social change.
The issue about civic engagement, it's about, we are dealing with a generation that has a lot of knowledge and information. We call them the digital age, and this is a generation that we need to evolve them and also listen to them. Not only doing things for them, but allowing them also to speak so that they are part and key in terms of also sharing with us what is not working and what can work.
I also believe that no young person wakes up and decides, I want to be a criminal. I think criminality and living outside the law is something that young people are forced into if they have no opportunities besides getting into criminality. So by having other means, by having opportunities, by inducing entrepreneurship amongst Gen Z, we believe that we can address one of the root causes to young people falling into the wrong side of the law.
The skills that I've learned from the few sessions that we have been having, first of all, I've been able to impact some youth and telling them that it's so good to involve ourselves in some useful things such as sports so that we can bring out peace within ourselves and the other youths. So for the project, it has made me to be a good example to some fellow youths of mine. Yeah.
Sports for Peace and Development initiative for us is helping us to focus on turning the potential of these young people into positive change so that then we are able to address the social vices that we are facing within these communities.
The Sports for Peace and Development approach has proven a useful tool in peace building and governance work, and therefore our call to state and non-state actors is to integrate this approach in their various endeavors so that collaboratively we can co-design and even implement a transformative youth agenda that is able to contribute to peace building at the community, national and international level, and also sustainable development.